Hey guys, hope you're well. Welcome back to another video. The NDA has been lifted and now I can finally tell you about the brand new Thrustmaster Airbus Edition product line. So today I'll be going through all the products that Thrustmaster have just announced. I'll be going through an unboxing of the side stick along with its features, and also I'll be doing another follow-up video after this one to tell you how my thoughts of it after using it for, I don't know, an extra 2 weeks, an extra 2 months, who knows how long it will be. But I'll make a follow-up video to see if it's worth it, if you want to go and buy this. So you may have seen the news already that Thrustmaster have announced their new Airbus series product line. It's going to be sick. There's a side stick, throttle quadrant, a throttle quadrant add-on, a bundle of those. I don't know if the throttle quadrant add-on is in that bundle. There's also a little clamp as well, which if you want to clamp your side stick or throttle quadrant too. So I'm going to call this part an unboxing, but there's nothing in this box. I've already used the side stick for a while, but if you're going to buy it, here's the box it'll come in. But side stick wise, here it is. This is the new side stick. It's based off the Airbus. It's got the little fancy trigger, which is not actually a trigger, it's a push to torque. This does look like the T16000M, whatever it's called, from Thrustmaster. It literally is based off that. As you can tell, it's got the same base and the same button layout, but the actual side stick is a side stick, not a joystick. And it's got some extra stuff you can do with it. You also get these buttons. These can be added to the side stick. Well, you have to remove these buttons first and then add them on the side stick. They basically switch sides, so you can have the side stick on either your left hand or your right hand. And of course you get this. This is the almighty booklet / leaflet thingy majiggy for your Airbus Edition side stick. So let's get in the features of this side stick. Initially, as you can tell, there are a damn lot of buttons. There is 6 on this side and 6 on the other side. There is 2 on the top, and there is actually 2 at the back. This as well. I wouldn't really call it a button because you should always, as soon as you get this, map this to your push to talk, because that is what the Airbus is in real life. But there is this little button at the top as well. There's also this POV hat switch at the top, which can be really useful. You can use it for views, you can do whatever you want to do with that. Obviously they're all programmable, so they're not set to a certain one. You can set these to, flap up, flap down, trim, who knows, whatever you would like to do with it. There's also this little mini throttle axis thingy majiggy. I don't use this, I use the Sidetech throttle quadrant for now, but as soon as I get my hands on the Airbus Edition throttle quadrant from Thrustmaster, I'll be scrapping that Sidetech one because that's rubbish. This has got a little detent at the bottom for your reverse. It's a tiny little button. It's kind of hard to feel. I'll show you on video, but there it is there. A little reverse bit there. And obviously it goes up to full power. There are 4 axes. Obviously the one I've just shown you with the throttle. There is the ailerons and the elevator. And then there's also this really loud noise which activates the rudder axis. I don't use the rudder axis because I got rudder pedals myself, but there is this little button at the back of the side stick there. If you push it up, it activates the rudder pedals. If you push it down, it deactivates the rudder pedals. You can also set this up to be left and right-handed. If you want to set up your right hand, you can just put your buttons on like that. You can just unscrew them and put them on, or left-handed is like that. Also, if you do change it to be left or right-handed, there are little switches at the bottom, so you can switch between left and right-handed setup. There are little holes here. This is if you would get the clamp, the flying clamp. I don't know why I call it the flying clamp because it doesn't actually fly itself. That would be cool, a clamp that flies. But basically, you screw in the side stick there if you have the clamp. So obviously it'll stay around. However, I don't need the clamp. It's kind of light. You can touch it and move it about, but you're not going to fly like that. You're going to fly. That's the wrong hand, but you're going to fly with your hand weighted on the side stick, and as soon as you move it around, it's there, it's stuck in there, and it's really nice. The axis runs on this heart system technology. It's called the Hall Effect Accuracy Technology System. I think Thrustmaster used it in the T16000M as well. Basically, it can actually have 16,000 by 16,000 measurements, basically, and also it has no dead zones. As soon as it goes to the middle, it's in the middle. 1mm to the left, it'll do 1mm to the left through the measurements there. Obviously, you can set up your own dead zones within your PC or whatever flight sim you've got set up if you want to make a dead zone, but I have not, because I just love the feel of not having a dead zone, because I used to have the Sidestick yoke and that had a really weird dead zone. Like, I had to move the yoke more left than right to get it to understand I'm actually turning left. So I'm happy that I'm using this. This is really nice. And also, there's a little bit that says Airbus in the front, which is nice. So you've probably been wondering, is this worth it? Yes. I have not used a joystick. Well, this is a side stick, but joystick, side stick. They call it side stick in Airbus, but joystick is a joystick. I've last used a joystick about 4 or 5 years ago when I first got into flight simulation. About 4 years ago to 3 years ago, I got a yoke. That Sidestick yoke sucks. Really bad. It was alright for a bit until I got my hands on this. And my god, I do love this side stick. I don't think I'll ever be going back to a yoke. The yoke just takes up too much space. That has to be clamped. This is just small. It's the size of my head or smaller, I don't know. I can't see the camera. I can't see how big it is. I'll see it in post. But just sits there on your desk. Doesn't take up much space. You don't want to have it, get rid of it like so. Obviously not, don't want to throw it in the bin, but you want to clear out your desk for a bit. It's gone. You don't have to unclamp the Sidestick and then move it somewhere else in this big old bulky thing. This is just this. You'll be able to pre-order this today. It will cost you about £60, $70, €70, depending on where you're from. If you don't want to pre-order for some reason, it will actually be available to buy on, if I look at my notes here, June the 25th. Yes, June the 25th. So this is coming out really soon. So you can pre-order the Quadrant today for £90, the clamp for £50, and the Quadrant add-on, which comes with like a little spoiler and flap thing. That won't be coming yet. I don't know the price yet. It is still to be confirmed, but hopefully it'll be reasonable. Obviously within the £60 and the £90 mark probably. And the pre-order date for all of these is today. You can buy them today. This will arrive, well, it'll be shipped out June the 24th, I guess. That's when it's be available to buy. But the Quadrant and the clamp will be available to buy at September the 24th. But the Quadrant add-on, like I said, pricing and date is still confirmed. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please consider subscribing, consider liking the video, share this around. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now.